Alright, let's dive into something that's got me pretty excited. And trust me, as someone who's been binge-watching sitcoms since I was a kid, this one's a big deal. Prime Video just greenlit DINKS, a new multicam comedy from none other than Marta Kauffman, the co-creator of Friends. But here's the twist, this isn't your typical sitcom. Personally, I think what makes this really interesting is how Kauffman is flipping the script on the multicam format. She's been vocal about not wanting to do another one unless it felt fresh, and DINKS seems to be her answer to that challenge. What many people don't realize is that multicam comedies are often seen as a bit old school, but Kauffman's approach here feels like a modern reinvention. It's heavily improvised, which is a bold move for a format that usually relies on tight scripts and live audiences. If you take a step back and think about it, this could be the start of a new wave in comedy, blending the spontaneity of improv with the structure of a multicam setup. Now, let's talk about the stars, Dian Raphael and Paul Scheer, who are not only improv veterans, but also a real-life married couple. Casting them as the leads feels like a stroke of genius. In my opinion, their chemistry is going to be the secret sauce of this show. They're playing a couple without kids, hence the title DINKS, double income, no kids, who decide to renovate their dream house. On the surface, it sounds like a typical sitcom premise, but what this really suggests is a deeper exploration of modern relationships and the choices people make when they don't follow the traditional family path. A detail I find fascinating is how the show is using home renovation as a metaphor for building a life together. It's not just about fixing up a house. It's about the messiness and humor of creating something meaningful without the usual societal milestones. What's also groundbreaking here is the financing model. Prime Video teamed up with Lionsgate, Amazon MGM Studios, and even Publicis Media, an ad agency, to get this project off the ground. From my perspective, this is a huge deal because it shows how the entertainment industry is evolving. Eric Levin from Publicis called it a creative partnership, but what it really implies is that the future of TV might depend on these cross-industry collaborations. Personally, I think this could democratize the way shows get made, giving more creators a shot at bringing their visions to life. It's not just about the money. It's about the expertise each partner brings to the table. One thing that immediately stands out is how DINKS is positioning itself as a show that's both relatable and innovative. Kauffman described shooting it as being on a roller coaster in the dark, which I love because it captures the unpredictability of improv. But here's the thing, improv can be risky. It either works brilliantly or falls flat. What makes this really interesting is that Kauffman and co-creator Hannah K.S. Cantor are betting on the former. They're not just relying on the actors' skills. They're building a world that feels lived in and authentic. If you think about it, this show could redefine what a multicam comedy can be. Less about the laugh track and more about the raw, unfiltered moments that make life funny. This raises a deeper question. Why now? Why is DINKS happening in 2024? In my opinion, it's because the audience is ready for something different. We're in an era where viewers crave authenticity, and a show that's largely improvised feels like a direct response to that. Plus, the focus on a child-free couple feels timely. It's a lifestyle that's becoming more common, but is still underrepresented in media. What this really suggests is that DINKS isn't just a comedy. It's a commentary on modern life, wrapped in a hilarious package. So here's my closing thought. DINKS could be the show that proves sitcoms still have something new to say. It's not just about making us laugh. It's about making us think, even if it's just for a second. Personally, I'm rooting for it because it feels like a risk worth taking. What do you think? Are you excited for DINKS, or do you think it's just another sitcom? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your take.